Hi again, this is 7RP2c. Represent proportional relationships by equation. Okay, equation, I bet it's going to be this equation. Y equals k number times x. That's the equation that we've been working with. Okay, this refers back to some of the previous questions, so I'll make sure that I read the background information again. Over summer break, your uncle and aunt ask you to help them cement the foundation for their new house. After 2 hours of laying down cement, you had used 5 bags of cement. I already figured out that the unit rate is bags per hour, and it's 5 bags per 2 hours, so it's 2.5 bags per hour. So my K number is 2.5. To write an equation, it would be Y equals 2.5 times X, but it's not asking for Y and X, it's asking for bags, B, and hours, H. So I've got to write number of bags equals 2.5 times number of hours. That's my first equation. The next equation is question 5, and it refers to the leak. It's Saturday morning, and Jeremy has discovered he has a leak coming from the water heater in his attic. Since plumbers charge extra to come on weekends, Jeremy is planning to use buckets to catch the dripping water. He places a bucket under the drip and steps outside to walk the dog. In 2 3/4 hours, it is 1/5 of the way full. So I have already figured out that in buckets per hour, it's 1/5 of the bucket in 2/3 of an hour. So that's 1/5 divided by 2/3, which is 1/5 divided by 3/2, which is 3/10. So I know that my K number is 3/10. Now the question is, write an equation that represents the relationship between the number of buckets filled, B, and the number of hours. Okay, so this is going to be similar to my my Y. Buckets, number of buckets is my Y, and number of hours is the X. It's not very clear. I'll just annotate that as a Y. I'll annotate that as an X. Now, my equation is usually Y equals K times X. In this case, I'm going to write B equals, there's my K number, 3/10 times H, number of hours. So I'm using the same pattern, but I'm using the K number that I found from a previous question, and I'm setting up the equation in the correct form. The last question on this standard refers to the songs, the music songs. This is the question about how much money the pop star gets depending on how many songs are sold. Well, I already know from a previous question that K is the Y number divided by the X number. In this case, 40 divided by 200. I'm getting that from here. That's 40 divided by 200, which equals 0.2 over 1. So in other words, $0.2 per 1 song, because that's my Y thing is dollars and my X thing is song. So now it's asking, write an equation relating the money paid to the pop star, the M, which is similar to the Y in the traditional equation. We always do Y equals K times X. But here, instead of Y, I'm going to say M for money equals my K number, which is 0.2, times my X, but instead of the X, I'm going to say number of songs, so N for number. So M equals 0.2 times N, which means money, amount of dollars, equals 0.2, or 20 cents, times the number of songs sold. And I think that's it for that standard.